How's it going, everyone? It's Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. It feels like forever since I've done an actual card tutorial for you guys, but I'm back today to share with you this card here. I am going to be doing what I'm going to call the faux no-line watercolor technique. This is obviously not the actual no-line coloring technique, but it gives you the look of it, and that's what I like. So I'm going to start off by stamping down this little stamp set here from Clearly Besotted. It's just this beautiful rose cluster here, and I'm going to stamp that onto a piece of Canson XL watercolor paper, and I'm using the Barely Beige Summon Says Stamp ink. I did haul this in a recent video soon, or I hauled it in a video and I showed you this, that I picked this ink up, and it looks darker than what it is. I actually did clean off my stamp pretty good, but for some reason it was still transferring from the previous ink that was on the stamp. So, but it's usually supposed to be a little bit lighter than this, but it won't really matter for what we're doing today because it's still going to take on whatever color I put down. So I've gone ahead and like you've seen, I just went ahead and stamped down the image, and I'm going to go ahead and start doing my coloring here. I am using my Clean Color Real Brush markers today to do my watercolor, and I've listed all of the colors in the left hand corner there so you can know exactly what colors I did. I didn't do too many. I wasn't going to go for a whole lot of blending or shadowing or anything like that, because basically, you guys, I was just playing and I was seeing how this was going to turn out. This was kind of a scary thing for me because, like I said, I didn't know how it was going to turn out, and this is the first time I was doing this. But what is so cool about the Barely Beige ink, if you haven't seen it, it was in a recent Summon Says Stamp card kit. And what is so neat about this is that it is designed, the ink is formulated to work with your alcohol markers if you wanted to use it for that, for the no line, because usually that's what you do is with the Copics or whatever alcohol-based markers to do that, and it will take on whatever color that you use, and it kind of gives you a guideline to color your images in. With the watercolor, it kind of takes on that color, and as you see as I'm coloring here, I'm just basically slopping down the color, but I'm making sure that I try to get along those lines to create each line of the stamped image, and it kind of takes on each color that I put down, which is really neat. I don't know why or how they formulated this ink the way they did, but it is so cool. And what got me to want to do this is a video that I saw from Amy R here on YouTube, which is Prairie Paper and Ink, and she got this. I don't know if she actually got the kit. I'm sure she did. She always gets the kits, but she tried it in one of her videos, and it just really intrigued me. So it really inspired me to go ahead and get this ink and try it out for myself. So I'm really glad I did. Like I said, I'm going to continue to try this and continue to work with it a little bit more to see. I'm not trying to go for perfection because I'm nowhere near perfect, but since this is the first time that I am using this ink, I want to get a little bit better technique with it and a little bit more practice. But I thought for an overall, for the video today, and just for it being the first time I've used the ink, I think, honestly, in my opinion, I think it turned out pretty good. So I hope y'all think the same thing. So I am using obviously my water brush to pull out the color and kind of move it around and kind of attempt to give some shading in some areas and stuff. But I did want to go back and add a little bit more color in some areas. So as I was going along, I was just kind of seeing what was being put down and see where the areas where I needed to go back and add color and everything. So I think the leaves and the overall stem turned out pretty well. And then I'm just going to go in with another light pink color here just to finish off the little rose cluster. And I just, I think overall, I think it turned out pretty good. Like I said, it was the first time, and I will continue to try to experiment and see what I get on, other cards and stuff. So I have let that dry, and then I'm going to die cut off obviously I do all my die cutting off camera here because it's just better for me to do it that way. So I'm just showing you all the pieces that I use, the watercolor pieces from my favorite thing 6x6 pad. And then I die cut a piece of fogged cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. It's this going to be a good neutral to pair up with the colors that I chose on the flowers. I'm using this stamp set from Alta New. This is called Crafty Friends. Again, I did haul this recently, and you saw that I did pick this up. And I think the sentiment that I chose for this is pretty fitting. It says, "Make a beautiful mess today." And that's why I felt whenever I was making the card, because I didn't know if it's going to be a mess or what, but it turned out beautiful, I think. So overall, I think that it kind of, it was kind of a happy accident that they had a sentiment like this in there, because it kind of went with the theme that I was feeling at the time. So I stamped that down with my favorite black ink at this moment, which is the Lawn Fawn Jet Black ink. And I stamped that down twice to get a really good impression. Now I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this to my panel of the fog cardstock. I am using the new, to me, Nouveau adhesive, and I'm just going to try this adhesive out and see how I like it. So far, I think I do. And I'm going to go ahead and add some foam adhesive on the back of this little panel here to give it a little bit dimension to the pattern paper that I'm going to adhere it to. So I'm going to go ahead and place all of my foam adhesive down and take off the paper backings, and then apply this to my pattern paper here. And as you can see, in one of my the Simon Says Stamp haul, I told you guys that I was going to be using that one frame die that I used with the pattern paper, that I was going to be using it a lot. So I try to say and go and follow through with what I mean. And so I definitely wanted to use it in today's card and start playing with some of these new goodies that I have recently hauled. So I went ahead and put some more Nouveau glue down, and I didn't line up my card base too good, so that's why I had to cut off the end there, just kind of a little piece that was hanging off. So all you got to do is just take your scissors and kind of trim that down. So to finish up the card, I'm going to go ahead and add some Wink of Stella clear shimmer pen here to give a little bit of extra something to the card and give it some extra shine. And then I thought I would go ahead and finish off the inside as well. And since I do have the ink for this cardstock, which is the same fog ink color, it will be like a great tone-on-tone look with the same stamp that I did my main panel with. So I stamped that with the fog ink, and then I'm going to ink it up another sentiment from that same Crafty Friends stamp set and ink that up right on top, and it says, "You add creativity to my life." And I really do think it turned out well. So I'm just going to kind of slow down here just to show you all that shimmer and shine. And that will complete today's card, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching my channel. I really, really do appreciate it. I will have all of the info and the supplies used in the description bar below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to subscribe. Thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you on my next video.